Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Avorion, episode 18. Once again, ad-free, thanks to Patreon. So, there will be no ads throughout the whole video. There might be an ad just before you started this video, but that's the only ad you'll see. If you like that format, then please consider pitching a few bucks to me through Patreon. At the end of episode 17, I went and looked at this turret factory. And this turret factory was able to build a fantastic chain gun. It's, let's see, where was it? The double chain gun, here. Double chain gun turret. If you upgrade this one, you're going to get to an enormous amount of DPS of almost 5,500. So what I'm going to need is a lot of resources. I can probably only afford to build 2, maybe 3 of these. Especially if I also have to build or have to buy the resources for these. My plan is to have 2 of these main chain guns. So that means that 2 of these will be manually controlled and 1 is going to be with targeting systems. And we'll have independent targeting. And that means that I can put it somewhere, let's say on the back of the ship. So if I have a threat behind me or if I don't have my ship pointing the right way, I'll still be able to get some damage out. You do, however, sacrifice just half of your DPS. So it is a big hit to the amount of damage that you're able to put out. Still, it is worth it. Because a DPS of 2700 is still very, very respectable. So, let's go shopping. I'm gonna need, first of all, the ingredients for, let's say, 2 turrets. Let's see if I can afford that. So, let's head over here to the turret factory itself and see how many of the ingredients that I require they actually sell. So I'm gonna go for double, so that's 50 aluminum. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the ammunition S. 50 ammunition S. I'm gonna need a bit of steel. That's 30 steel in total. I will also be needing lead, which they don't sell themselves. And steel tubes, which they also don't sell themselves. And finally, servos. Again, they don't have those. But maybe the turret factory supplier does. These guys sell steel tubes. Check. No servos. And lead. No joy. Still, let's head over there and get the steel tubes. So I can at least get that one checked off of my list. So far, the whole endeavor has been really quite cheap. So I probably might be able to buy 3 of those turrets. Now, I know that the turrets that I currently have, the Tesla ones, are very good against shields. But the moment that you start to want to do actual hull damage, they become a little bit lackluster. They just start to fall behind. So that means that I'm going to need something more powerful, and that's where the chain guns come in. I'm going to go with 75 steel tubes to make sure that I have enough for the rest, or for the, let's say, the 3rd turret. The 3rd turret will have one major bottleneck. And that major bottleneck is going to be in the form of targeting systems. Those can be really, really quite rare. So that means that it might be hard to figure out exactly where I can get those. Sometimes, if you get lucky, you can find a targeting systems factory. Judging by what I have explored so far, and that there is no targeting system factory available, I think I just don't have one yet. None has been discovered yet. Very, very rarely you can find one at a turret factory. And I mean, you can find the turrets or the targeting systems over there. But that is pretty rare. Now it's time to jump over here to New Punishment Epsilon, because these have both a turret factory and a fighter factory. Oh, hold on, I'm too far away. Turret factory. I also want one that has a supplier. A turret factory supplier. Because then I double my chances. It seems, however, that there is just not enough of them. So let's go to Vortex of Authority 2. And let's check out if I can get the rest of my ingredients there. Most notably the servos and the lead. Let's see. That's the shipyard. Where's the turret factory? Here, right next to it. Alright, tell me, what do you have? Steel tubes, servos, thank you very much. And the last thing that we needed was lead. You don't have that, however. Now, seeing by the performance of that other turret factory, I'm gonna double check and see if these guys also happen to have any fantastic launchers or turrets that I can buy off of them. This one I'm not expecting too much of. Yeah, it's just a double launcher turret. Any high base stats? Yeah, that's a really high base stat Tesla turret, which you can get up to decent standard of 2500. Double railgun, I'm not really expecting miracles there. Double pulse cannon turrets, tribunium. It's 679. If they have an additional modifier, that of course really helps with the amount of damage output that they get. But these didn't really seem to roll any fantastic upgrades. Any cannons? Yeah, there's a triple cannon turret. That can get up to respectable amounts of damage. 689. Not stellar. So in that case, let's just get the servos over here. So I'm gonna need 115 servos, if I'm not mistaken. No, more. 110 is 2. So I'll need 165. There we go. Now I have enough servos for 3 of the turrets. Now just to find the lead. Which doesn't necessarily have to come out of a turret factory. If there's a lead mine somewhere, like here, I can probably just get it over there. Right at the source. Oh, I cannot wait to put those new turrets on the provinces. Let's see. Show me your lead mine, and especially its supplies. Trade goods. Oh yeah. Plenty of lead in store there. Done a boost over there. Get the lead. And we can start to lay in a course back towards that turret factory. And get those new chain guns. And then we just need a couple of willing or slightly less willing volunteers / victims to try those guns out on. Let's try not to get the provinces crashed into an asteroid here. Just gently coasting towards that metal... No, that lead mine. There we are. I need 90 lead in total. Thank you very much. Check, check. Check, 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 check. Okay. Got everything we need. Let's go get the turret. The turrets themselves also have a manufacturing fee, which means that I can, with my 9.3 million, afford quite a few of them. I think 3. And actually I can probably afford more of them. But my issue with them is I might be able to afford more, but I don't really feel like I need to. Because if I get only chain gun turrets, then I'll not really be too effective against targets which have a lot of shielding. That's where the other ones come in. Now just notice that I have bought 1 aluminum too few. So now we have enough. I also need another 25 ammunition. Check, 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 check. Got it. Let's go get some chain guns. Double chain gun turret. I'll take 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, this is going to require a bit of an overhaul of the ship. So I'll just take all of the turrets off and then manually re-establish them. The only ones that are deserving of staying on the ship are the defensive turrets. So that's, I think, the ones that are currently still on. Yeah. That's the laser defense on the top side, and that's the one on the bottom side. Okay, mirror mode on. Triple chain gun turrets. Now, let's enable all the stats to see how much firepower I'm going to get. Out of these 2 turrets, I'm getting 11,000 Omicron. The total firepower of the provinces not too long ago was about 7. 16,000 Omicrons of firepower. I have now used 11 out of 14 slots. The Tesla turret over here. It's pretty good, but it doesn't do any additional damage to shields. This one is that double bolter that's very effective against hull damage. The Tesla over here, plus 143% damage to shields. Requires 2 turret slots. The thing is, I don't really have any nice and flat surfaces to put that on, so I'll just have to do that over there. Maybe a bit more to the side. There. This one was mostly used as, well, a weapon because I found it, but beyond that, not terribly useful. I think I might just sell these things off or disassemble them at a scrapyard. This plasma turret, definitely not very useful. The repair turret I still intend to use to build a fighter. This one is okay-ish. I might be able to use these ones to put on that cruiser that I captured. That could be an interesting use for the ship. Firepower is now 17,910 Omicron. Let's put those things in weapon slot 1. And we're still carrying 1 whole torpedo. So shield damage is negligible at 3,500. Alright. So if I shoot, it's going to look like that. Hold on, did they just keep going? They don't run out. Oh my. Those guns do not run dry. Most guns have either a battery or they overheat. These chain guns do neither. So let's put a note over here that this has a 1500 DPS chain gun. Chain gun. The main thing is you need to keep your eyes on the target. You need to have the target in front of you. If that's not happening, then all of that DPS is going to waste. But of course, that can be said for all the turrets. Alright, build a fighter. This one I won't be using that F-22 for. That one. The SCF MF-1. I mean, it's a lovely jet, but I think it's less suitable if you're building something that repairs other ships. It just doesn't seem to line up very well. I could use the Clarity. Oh, right, that was a little scout that I built on another save. Or just this frigate. Let's give them the double repair turret. Holy shit, that's 1.5 million already. Okay. Let's decrease the size. Make these things small. Make them maneuverable. Oh, that was all the points that I could spend. 4.2 million. Oh, that's just way too expensive. Let's reduce size a bit. Spend a few less points. There, 2.4 million. You must be docked. Am I not docked? I must have just floated past it. Alright, let's try that again. Frigate. That one. A bit less size. And a few points here and there. Oh, I must have sold... No, my factories must have bought something. That would explain why I'm suddenly down to 3.2 million. Alright. Fighter built. Or fighter bought, rather. Where did they leave it? Here. Oh, you're already repairing. That is very kind of you, but a bit early. Are you part of the Storm Riders by any chance? Get back here. I think it might be. Now, it's definitely a bigger shuttle. Absolutely a bigger shuttle. Oh, crap. It's still not inside the hangar bay. Where is it? It's going to try another approach. Slamming off the hull. Come on. There we go. Now it's inside. This has a 2.79 million productive effort. And we'll never be using those laser fighters again, so I can just overwrite that. And this is now a repair wing. I can produce those for 22,000 trinium in a mere 7 minutes. So let's get that going. Now, what I have over here are my boarders. So this is boarding wing 1. And over here, boarding wing 2. Capital W. Remove the new squad. The repair wing is going to get producing. I'm also going to need another salvager wing. Because at some point, I'm going to want to give those to the vulture. These take 13 minutes and 12 seconds. And of course that also slows down the repair wing over there. I want all the productive effort to go to the repair wing. Because I want to be repairing Brandon Station. Okay. I'd say we're ready to go on a bit of a hunting expedition. So I'm going to need something to fight. Are there any known pirate contacts? Yes, here. 3 ships of the Hianex pirates. These guys have no idea what's coming. Closest pirate ship, 13 kilometers out. We're definitely being jammed by these ships because my hyperdrive or my hyperspace is going to take another 250 seconds. Alright, sunshine. You do have to lead your shots a bit with these chain guns. And especially with the drift that I have on the provinces, it's a bit harder to target. One down. That was quick. Oh, it's another bunch of these guys which are just using standard rocket artillery. And off you go. Prisoners? None. Definitely a couple of wrecks in this area. So ideally I'd send in the vulture. And especially since the vulture is done with the previous area of operations, I think she might be ready to take on a new salvaging expedition here. Destroyed. Are we clear? Clear. Good. Hey, vulture. It's probably going to take you a few jumps, but that's fine. There's no rush. And in the meanwhile, the Venture had declared that it couldn't find anything else. Which is weird, because out of those 2,178 asteroids, you'd imagine that there must be at least something to mine. Mine, salvage, return. And I'll also do... Oh. Yeah, you're right. Cannon chain after a loop. So do that and refine, and then jump there. And mine, and jump back, and refine, and do the whole thing all over again. So now it's going to be doing 2 different sectors. Alright, so the chain guns, I think, are a massive improvement over the current, or the previous firepower setup of the provinces. I'm a little hesitant to take the whole provinces into this area, because I think she is just too big to do it. That asteroid field does not look very inviting. Let's continue on. Unknown energy signature. Let's check that out. The vulture, still on the way. What do we have here? A military outpost. And just that, apparently. Anything useful? They want to find a Zotan artifact, and they're willing to pay 100 million. Yeah, not really. I need/want those Zotan artifacts for myself. So that's not happening. This is an unknown hidden mass. Let's check that out. As the provinces is recharging its jump drive, let's jump over back to Brandon Station. Because I was able to hire a few more crew members for it, and that might start repairing the ship. Or station. That's the ship. Let's just get that little ship over to Brandon Station. Well, eventually, rather, because my ship has no crew. Not a one. So it's going to take a while before the ship can actually get there. I might have to send the provinces over here and just transfer over a bunch of crew members. Because my battery is pretty weak. And with no engineers? Yeah, it's just going to take a lot of time before I actually get over there. Never mind. Alright, what's the status here? Not enough mechanics. Your ship will slowly take damage. How are we doing with the cloning of people? Quite well. But the morale is going down, which means that my crew isn't working as much as they should. I want to be training up a commander, but I don't have any crew. And I cannot hire any new crew either. How long is that going to take? 76% to get the first batch of 296 crew members ready. And in the meanwhile, I'm training up 107 mechanics to try and get the ship repaired. Or the station. I keep calling it a ship, but it's actually a station. Right. It's just an asteroid field. I'm just checking for stuff to do right now as I try to make my way closer to the center of the universe. I can remove that private note here. That's no longer required. There. What is next? I'd say getting to the barrier, just to see how long the barrier extends and to see what these guys have in their territory. The Democratic Conglomerate of the EOE. Or however you are supposed to pronounce that. Send the provinces over there. And the roadster to check out additional energy signatures. Is there nothing in that sector? Really? It's possible, but you'd expect this territory to start stretching out and at some point bumping into the territory from the Wimoin. There's also a distress call over there. I might need to send the provinces over there just to check that out. And I'm kind of considering going for this smuggler hideout. Although I wouldn't really know what to do with it. Because, sure enough, it's another base. Which is nice. But, okay, then you have the base. And then what? Because I would need to rebuild the whole station. Let's see if they have any quests for me here. Because ideally, I'd be doing a couple of quests and just get my reputation up with these people. They want a water delivery. That's really boring. They want neon delivered. Oh, that's a fighter factory. Never mind. Bulletin. Yep, free slaves. That's what I'm looking for. Where? Here. If there's freeing slaves there, then there's more there. There's a shipyard there. I want to clone another 190 people. Go. And I want to train another... Oh, let's say 150 boarders. And 44 sergeants. Let's say 35 first. Because I still need a couple of spare crew members. Just a bunch of randos. Hello, shipyard. Let's just attack. I need those slaves. Well, not me personally, but I need to free them. My god, those chainguns. You can just keep them firing as well. That makes it so powerful. Let's get rid of this Ravager. I always hate ships which launch torpedoes at you. Not so much that the provinces is really suffering from them. Look at how quickly their shields go down. Shields 102,000. 90, 80, 70, 60, 40. Done. Shields destroyed. Now you can see that the ship struggles a little bit as I'm trying to defeat the hull. Whoop. At least they don't do any serious hull damage to my ship. That's one. I only need to destroy 3 usually before these people get the message. This guy is way closer and way easier to kill. Okay, I killed 3. It's not enough. I need to kill more. Let's get this one. Fairly heavily shielded as well. Nothing these 3 Chainguns can't handle though. See, this is where the Chainguns do suffer a little bit. What happens with the Chainguns is that the projectiles that they fire aren't terribly quick. That's a limiting factor. Alright, this shipyard, I want to see how many boarders they need. I think, however, this is the same faction, isn't it? The Uagu Pirates. I think that's the same guys that I already stole a shipyard from once. I might just do it again. Just take over another shipyard. Not so much to maintain this shipyard as well. I would probably rather sell it off. There's also a mobile merchant in the region. Is selling anything interesting? Also, where's your home sector? 120 by 1. Hold on. So that's over here. No, I cannot go there. Yeah, you're right. Add attack sector. And add node. Home world of the democratic something. They had such a long title that I don't exactly know. Sweet. 5 million shields? Even with the upgraded firepower on the provinces, that's a pretty big chunk. How many borders do they need? 380 to 480. So I wouldn't be able to take that on now. But when I'm done training, I will be able to. How quickly would the shields go down? That's going to be a solid 3, 4, 5 minutes of shooting, I think. Especially since I'm going to have to go through the shield first. And then the hull. But I do want to take this thing on. So that was 380 to 480. 380 to 480 borders. Alright, let's go get these slaves back to their rightful families. I was going to say rightful owners, but no such thing. Alright, it was fine, don't mention it. That's going to give me a nice boost of 15,000 to the democratic conglomerate of the EOE. Which is now slowly becoming more happy about me. Let's see if they have anything else that I can do for them. That was the neon delivery. Here. More Zotan artifacts that they want. No, I think there's nothing out here. The west gate is what I'm looking for. Northwest. That's the one I happen to be right next to. That is a lot of containers there in the middle of the sector. Hire crew. No, sorry, don't hire crew. Bulletin board. Zotan artifacts? Nope. Bulletin board, more Zotan artifacts. Shortage of diamonds. Over here. More Zotan artifacts. Why is everybody obsessed with Zotan artifacts? That's the northeast gate. I want to go west. I want to check out what sort of territory size they have. Sort of just skirt around the edges. And I think that the Roadster is going to be able to do the same thing, but more or less in the... Yeah, let's just make it do a little bit of a snake movement here. It might be able to find something useful. So we're going to go west towards Burning Nexus Delta. Right now, I already have a couple of those repair fighters. 2 of them already. I might at some point pay a small visit to Brandon Station and allow those repair fighters to do some actual repairs. I'm going to have the next one ready in another 7 minutes. Repair dock. Tell me, what do you need? You need Zotan artifacts, because of course you do. Trading post. Delivery of acid and a resource shortage of adhesives. And there's a a resource dock and a trading post from the Wii. Yeah, that's nice, but I don't really need to improve my relationship to the Wii, because those guys are already, well, not my best friends, but we do get along very, very nicely. Let's just go towards this jump gate. This guy is just detecting a whole bunch of asteroid fields and empty space. What's this? That's a biotope, isn't it? Free slaves! Yes, please. Tell me, where do I need to go? Who do I need to hit? Don't tell me it's that same pirate faction over and over and over again. Because then I might just make it my personal mission to just try and hunt them down. And they want corn. Yeah, right. Right, 35 seconds. How are the resources doing overall? I got a good amount of Neonite, a fair amount of Xanian. Trinium is going down. That's because I'm constantly taking 22, almost 23,000, I think, to build one of those fighters. Yeah, almost 23. So that repair wing is definitely expensive to build. But that's alright. Because they're worth it. And I don't need a full wing. I'd say 4 fighters, and you actually have a pretty healthy amount of repairing that you can do. I hope that these pirates put up a bit more of a fight. This seems like a pretty big station. It's a different pirate faction, by the way. The shipyard's closest. Yeah, the shipyard's firing too. Those are not rockets. That's something else. Shielding on this ship, fairly limited. Damn it. Fortunately, I have a good structural integrity field generator that protects the whole ship. He didn't. He lost a bit of hull there. I too. But soon there will be not too much left of that hull. That's one down. This guy has only 14,000 shields. Mistake. 90,000. Come on. Destroyed. Looks like they need a bit more convincing, which I'll be happy to do. Quad cannon turret. That is potentially a really interesting weapon. Come here. No running. If you want to run, you should have done that a long time ago. Gotcha. Okay. So let's go and clean up my mess, if only a little bit, and check out how many borders that station needs. The bigger the station, the more hull it has, and the more hull it has, the more resources you can gain from it if you take it over, or blow it up, and then disassemble it. Scrap it. First, let's go for the salvaging wing and do a little bit of cleanup. Salvager is good to go. I don't have a mining system on the ship, so I couldn't tell you how much there's actually up for grabs here. Nor do I have any slots. 59 processing power required. I only have 46,000. They did just pick up a red repair turret. Whew. That's a really good repair turret. That's 698. Contrast that to my turret that I've got on the fighters, and that's 230. This is a really good turret. Tesla turret, that's the one that I got, and I want to still put that on the fighter. Oh, sorry, not on the fighter, on the other ship. And here's the quad cannon turret. It's not as good as I was hoping. I'm not terribly impressed with its performance. That's an anti-matter hull upgrade. I don't want that one. I don't want those either. Salvaging turret, trinium R mining. Pretty bad. Launcher turret, quad bolter turret. Ooh. I'll hang on to that one. That could make a very interesting gun for one of my other ships. Cargo upgrade, turret upgrades, internal defense systems. What do we have here? Double plasma. DPS is low. Chaingun turret, no thank you. Nope. Double pulse cannon turret, nope. Nope. And as for upgrades, that's an internal defense system. It's a battery system. That one I don't use. I think I can make a decent money on selling off my turrets and unused upgrade systems, or upgrade slots. Also, I have gained a lot of naonite. Look at them go. 58,000. Those repair no, not the repair fighters, the, the salvaging fighters. Fantastic job. Really, really good fighters. Alright, this is the next one. About 3 clicks out. There is something swirling around there, so that's an upgrade that I can pick up. There we go. Anti-fighter turret. Is that an independent targeting one? Because I just thought of something, and that's if I reverse engineer one of those anti-fighter turrets. See, it has independent targeting. It might be able to just get me targeting cards. And when it does, I'll be able to get one of those, let's call it unmanned chain gun turrets. I'm not sure if it works that way, but it is something I'm willing to try. Oh, I'm full? I'm full. Okay, I have space. Space to expand. Let's go for a trinium cargo bay. And I just went from 6,000 cargo bay, 6.5 to 12. And vacuum everything up. Wow, that was a lot of resources. Alright, are you guys done? Just about. Although there's still a bunch of resources lying around here. Hold on, why does that look different? That's an academy? Why does it have a different color scheme, though? The hell? I cannot explain that. I'm just using the titanium ore. No, I'm not using titanium ore. This color picker, and then apply. And the game goes, yeah, not really. Same here. Cargo bay is being weird. Anyway, not to pay too much attention to a bit of color scheme here, as the cargo bay expansion was intended to actually pick up all these resources. Let's already lay in a course back to the slavers' drop-off point. And I'll get my salvagers back on board. Check out the shipyard, see how many boarders they need. And then make my way back to the drop-off. Training is going quite well. I have another 201 crew members. These are all professionals, these are professionals. These are professionals as well. Lieutenants. I need 6 more lieutenants. Commanders, I have enough. I also want a couple of captains. Because then I can just put the captains on the ship, or ships that I capture. couple more resources here. Alright, buddy. You're not terribly well shielded at 1.81 million. So I'm not really expecting any massive gains from this. Or sorry, the shield is 1.96, the hull is 1.81. 290 to 360 borders are required. Well, I have 369 borders. So that's actually quite appealing, but I don't want to do that just now, because if I don't bring these slaves back in time, I'll fail the mission. Alright, that was fine, don't worry about it. And that's another 15,000. I'm now at good relationship with the Democratic Conglomerate, and that means that I can start to use their turret facilities. And I can also get better crew. Unfortunately, they don't seem to have any borders available. I could, however, get more mechanics and start getting Brandon Station back online. After this fighter is done, I want to just produce one more repair fighter. And yeah, actually, just head over there. Let's just head over to Brandon Station and get those repair fighters out. Let's see if they actually do anything. Let's see if they're able to repair some of the chunks of damage that Brandon Station has taken. With, of course, me having to shoot it up before I was able to capture it. Oh, by the way, as I'm waiting for my jump drive to recharge, looking around the sector, I might be able to just quickly get a bunch of oh, actually, no. I was going to say I might be able to get a bunch of trinium. Yeah, except that my cargo bay is almost full. 3,700. How much is there in here? I couldn't tell you because I cannot swap out any of those. Never mind. I'll pass. Alright. Brandon Station. Repair pilots, please mount your repair fighter and get ready to get this station repaired. Target, repair. Now this thing has a lot of health. It's 42.15 thousand. So I'm not expecting these to actually get it repaired very quick. Hold on. I still have that repair turret myself. Can I just put that on this ship? Unarmed slots, 2. This thing needs 2 slots. So I might be able to have the provinces assist. Oh, must be built out of Zanian or better. Okay. That's going to be slot number 6. No. 5, 6. What? No, it's not. There. Because I don't really want to be blowing up my own station again. That thing cools down very, very quickly. Or it burns itself out very quickly. Now, I might just actually have to repair the whole thing myself. So, going for the 13.99 million repair tag. I really don't want to. I'm seriously hoping that my mechanics, once they're done training, can actually get the station repaired. What I could also do is have the provinces... Can we still transfer some crew? Yeah, there's 192 crew members. Let's just transfer those guys. Let's say transfer 150. And that'll at least be able to field a few more mechanics. We're still missing a lot of workforce here. The first 296 crew members were cloned and immediately put to work as either engineers or mechanics or both. And of course, this training is also going to take a while. I'm not really seeing any motion in the hull at all. So I guess that this plan's not quite going to work out. About that cruiser though, how's that doing? Oh, hello Zautan. What are you guys doing around here? Come on, get the fighters back aboard. The problem with my shipyard is that it can't even shoot. Because it doesn't have any gunners. Come on, repair fighters. Hold on, this guy is going without shields. Mistake. That's one. Maybe not hit the repair button. Although I don't think he... Let me check that. If I just hit this, can I repair another ship? I can! I can repair an enemy ship. Okay. So that's just a flat healing buff, if you will. Anybody else? Yeah, there's one more down there. Don't do that. You have absolutely no chance to either kill me or the station. It's not happening. Right, let's drop off some crew here. At the cruiser, which I still need to repair. Hold on, that cruiser has 10,000 firepower. Not last time I checked. I thought I... Yeah, this was one of those ships that had just 2 laser turrets survive. So how exactly is it able to have that much firepower? That is really curious. I'm going to get the provinces over and then I'll take control of the ship and see exactly how it does that. Because I don't recall putting additional weapons on that ship. So it must be the surviving weapons from the ship itself. That's the only explanation that I could currently see working. I can give them a couple of crew members, but not a lot. Let's get the repair fighters to work on this one. What sort of firepower do you have? Right. Firepower, 209 Omicron. This tooltip down here is not telling the whole story. And also my repair fighters, not actually repairing. They're doing both, right? They're doing both hull and shield. Yeah, it's 2 beams that you can see coming out of them. Hull repair per second, 230 points, but they're not doing it. Maybe because they don't have any crew aboard or something. Let's transfer 40 crew members. Still won't be enough. Mostly I want mechanics. Still missing workforce. So the ship is going to take slowly going to take damage because it's not being maintained by the mechanics, but it's also not being repaired. Right, I guess this whole plan is not working out very well. I have a captain, and I'm training up a few more. Let's just transfer the captain across, and also put up some weaponry on this ship. It only has 2 armed turret slots though. See, the amount of shielding and hull is pretty good. So I would like to keep it around. The ship seems to be really quite intact, but... I think it's... No, I want to hang on to this one. And what I can do with the inventory that I still have is write... Oh, never mind. I don't have those anymore. I did have a blank repair token at some point, but I used it on the provinces. So it's not something I can easily transfer over. Yeah, this is not going to go anywhere. Repair fighters, come back. And I want to transfer over my captain. So at least now I can move the ship without having to be on it. So that means that I want you. I can now command you, right? Yeah, I can now command you. I want you to go over there, close to the station. That's gonna take a while. A long while, probably. Alright. Something else I want to do is check out if I can actually get my targeting systems by dismantling those defensive weaponry. So let's go over here and check. Where is the scrapyard? Here. They have some really big ships in here. Look at the size of those. Especially this one. I think this is... Well, it might not be bigger overall than the provinces, but it's definitely longer. Anyway, that's not what I came here for. Not to admire the view. I came here for this factory. Docked. Scrapyard. Dismantle turrets into goods. And it was... one of these. Anti-fighter turret. No, it gives me a lot of stuff. But not what I'm looking for. Not the independent targeting system. Any others? Just so I can double check. Anti-fighter. Nope, same difference. Nothing that I'm looking for. So at some point I might have to set up my own factory. Just to build those things. For now, let's go to a repair... No, not a repair dock. An equipment dock and a research station. Hopefully they have one of those together somewhere. Yeah, here. I want to sell off the weapons that I don't use. I want to sell off the upgrades that I don't use. And I want to get a couple of things researched. Right, first things first, equipment dock. That's up there. Let's see, do we need to sell off any more? No, it looks like the Vulture hasn't really claimed anything other... Any other high-end weapon systems or turrets. Speaking of, what's it doing? Nothing. Yeah, right. I told it to come over here, but not actually to start salvaging. That's my mistake. What? There's no more wreckages? That can't be right. You sure? Yeah, no more wreckages. Okay. In that case, maybe just go for the scrapyard. Since I don't really have any other locations for the ship to start salvaging. Where was it? Here. I was wondering why I wasn't seeing any more turret upgrades or weapon systems that were getting mined. Or that were being brought into my inventory. And now I know why. Alright, show me the money. 3.9 million total. Not bad. What else do I want to sell off? These I want to hold on to. These I want to hold on to. Anti-fighter turret? Nope. Yeah, those one I still want to keep. Keep. Not that one though. That repair turret that's currently on this ship. I might keep that on. Because I can still use it later. That double bolter turret I'll also save. It's only titanium, but it's still pretty respectable damage. 1,537. So do another round of selling. This time around is not going to be anywhere near. There you go, just 200k. Upgrades. A better object detector. That's always happy to, or welcome to join. Because the more object detectors I have, the better I can fuse them together into one bigger, better one. As for the rest, not terribly useful. Turrets, anti-fighter turret. They got a cannon turret, which does really, really little damage. A couple of force fighters. Chain gun, arm mining. 4.4 DPS. 2.7. Okay, so they are better. It just sounds like it's very, very little. They can go Neonite, so they can go up to Trinium. Yeah, it's not worth it. Torpedoes? Osprey class. 119,000 shield damage and 23,000 damage to the hull. 55.1 and 61. These are also pretty expensive. And I have a decent amount of cash, but I'm not terribly rich. So I think the next priority should be to set up another station. Just to get some more money. Invest some and gain a bunch. Looks like we got more Zotan potentially on the way. Let's just drift into the research station. Yep, docked. Research. Right. Turret control systems. Spit out new turret control. I generally don't even look at what I have until it's either blue or better. 1, 2, 3. That's shield and shield, but it's not more than one. That's 4 unarmed turret control systems. Alright. Could be useful for a miner. This can go either way. Armed or unarmed. But I'll combine that with 2 armed and hope for something better. Yeah, it gave me a +3 armed. Oh, Venture can't find anything else there. Alright, this is 4 unarmed. It's going to give me a +4 with a +2 if I install it permanent. 3 of those. That's an either or. 3 trading systems. High-tech trading system. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have a red one. Unarmed turret control system. So I already have 2 of those, which means that I can put a load of salvaging or mining lasers on a ship. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I have a red one for more armed turret slots. I also have one of those now, so I can get more weaponry on the provinces. The rest, I might not have enough of. Because they're all a few of them. Hold on, shield, shield, shield. Better shield. But then I have 1 shield here and 1 shield there. Yeah, that could be better. Alright, back to the equipment dock. Because now it's time to swap out some upgrades. As I haven't done that in a long time with the provinces. And she still needs better turret slots. Also, it seems that the paint issue has resolved itself somehow. Not sure what happened there. Right, close enough to the equipment dock. Systems. I'm still using an armed turret slot system for +4. This one's also +4. It can go either or. This is a +4. Again, an either or. Ideally, you just want to use not the either ors, but the dedicated ones, because they just give you more slots. This one has a beam in range of 2.2, 2.6. Yeah, install permanently. 400 meters more range. Jump drive. I haven't seen those in a while. Let's get that one off the ship and install this one permanently. Scanner range, 187%. It's not bad. But this one's just plain better. That's 238%. so I can scan even farther. Shielding. That's an exceptional 116% shield durability. Yeah, I'm not going to beat that. That one I checked. This one is an either or. Oh, a generator upgrade. This is a plus 39. This is only a common one. That's bad. This is a plus 99%. And recharge rate is way better. So now I'm only using 23% of power. That scanner. That radar, actually. This is a plus 3 and a plus 4. Versus a plus 5 and a plus 5. So a plus 8 and a plus 10 total. Let's get that one installed. Now I can really keep track of my surroundings. And this one is a loot collector for 0.69 kilometers. But I also have this one, which does 0.75. So that's another 60 meters. Shielding 1.5 million still. Firepower is good. Turret slots? 13 out of 16 used. And 2 out of 5 unarmed slots used. But that's the either or system. Because if I now add, let's say, one that requires 3 slots, the quad bolter, then I'm full. That's the either or system. So arguably I could use another one of those super chain guns. The 5400 damage. Right. Plenty still to do with this ship. Plenty still to do. I still have a bunch of upgradable slots here. And I might just turn a couple of computer cores in to make sure that I have more room for additional slots. As the last thing in this episode, let's head the resource depot and get my stuff refined. Because the Provinces has almost a full cargo hold of iron, naonite, trinium, and a little bit of xanium. The aluminum mine is still selling quite nicely. I hope that relatively soon it's going to go and break even. And after that, of course, it's just plain profit. Almost there. Let's just coast in. And we're here. We're fine. And we're done. Alright. So that's the end of the episode. Let me know what your thoughts are. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, no ads thanks to Patreon. So if you like it, then please consider becoming a Patreon and just donating a few bucks a month. It would really help me out. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in a few days for the next one.